Hello, my fellow YouTubers and my TikTokers. This is Roy back again. We're going to work on building a Tesla. I'm going to show some guys, some peeps, pretty much on how to do a solid state using a 2N3055, how to set that up, talk about the 2N3055, how it works. And this will be a two-part, three-part. We'll use both 12, 24 volts DC, and then we'll also use the Variac plugged in 110 in the wall. And what we'll do is rectify it with a full wave bridge rectifier, and then we'll throw it into a capacitor to smooth out the wave. So the 2N3055 will recognize it as a DC coming in constant instead of a AC wave. So that'll be interesting for some of you guys out there that haven't done that. You'll learn from this. So on this one here, let me set you up. Pardon the connection here. Bam. Okay. So we have a 2N3055, and a couple things I want to explain to you on this. Some people do them this way, and some people do them this way. We're going to go ahead and do it this way, and what I'm going to describe what this way and the other way is. This way is that the base is on the left and the emitters on the right, and you'll see there's less surface area at the top and there's more surface area at the bottom. Okay, so some people do it here, and then you can see that there's less surface area at the bottom, more at the top. So and then this way the base would be on this side, the emitter on this side. But to me, I like it this way, and pretty much that's how I was taught. So the chassis itself is the collector where you pull your DC pulse out of this. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take a dioid here, and it has the ribbon ring is where the energy flows through. It gets rid of half the charge, and we're using 1000 volt 1 amp diode. And you're going to take the ribbon side and you're going to face it towards the base, the left pin, and you're going to twist around it and leave a little bit hanging off the outside, and then you're going to come around the other side and do the same. And key important thing here is down the road you can get a little more sophisticated and you can solder it, yada yada, but for right now, don't let it touch the collector, just leave it up. And it's, let me see, I got it out of the side, I can put it back in, no problem. Get back in that hole. There we go, you're back in. Alright, so then we're going to take the other diode, and we're going to leave the ribbon facing upward, and we're going to take the bottom part of that and connect it to the top part of the collector. So we're sending energy out of the collector, the negative charge as well as the pulse charge coming out of the top. Okay, so that should pretty much set up right there for your transistor for a couple things. I'm teaching you how to make a Bendini circuit as well as a driver for the Tesla coil. Then also, let me just grab we need a light, a lamp. So this is a fluorescent lamp. And this one here has a little resistor on the end, but I usually bypass the resistor by just connecting above it. So I'll take to the emitter side, the right pin, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap that around there, and then break off the resistor. And then I'm going to take the other end of this neon light, and I'm going to connect it to the bottom part of the diode. And there is your driver. So from here, we are going to take the bottom end of the secondary of the Tesla coil here, okay, of that Tesla coil, and make sure the bottom's bare, and we're going to connect it to the base. And we'll do another video outside this where we add resistance here, a variable resistor, a potentiometer, and we'll talk about what it does. But for right now, this will be what drives the Tesla coil. So that'll be the bottom half of the feedback. So when the Tesla coil is fired with a magnetic field, it spreads up, the magnetic field spreads up the secondary. It will then charge up the capacitance at the top, and it will collapse, come back down. When it comes back down, it actually comes to the base here as a emitter to give it a feedback to fire again. So then we're going to go ahead and take this would be the video for now. 6 minutes, 7 is long enough. And this is your setup for stage 1. And then we'll start adding the battery and the connections to the primary. Thank you. Please keep following, leave your comments.